Hi everybody, it's Joni here at Joni's Journals. How are you doing today? This is my second video for the day, and if you haven't seen my video from earlier on, I made a video. I feel like I've said that 4,000 times now. I made a video showing my haunted hollow apartment building that I developed using a lot of the Tim Holtz ephemera. It was a requested video or a requested viewing of my recent Halloween decoration. I had mentioned that I was making windows using Tim Holtz ephemera in my last video from last week where we made our little Halloween cubes. If you haven't seen it, go over and check it out. It's pretty cute. It's an idea that you can also use for Christmas time. They come out, they're little 4x4 blocks, and you can add bells to them, and you can add little strings to hang them maybe on your Christmas tree. But I had mentioned that, and I wanted to make a video for Trish to show her what I had made. But as you can tell right now, we're playing with the new Tracy Fox Mycologist Notebook. And I've been working, as you can see, cutting and making tags and cutting out the photos and things and the little pockets and all the little mushrooms. And I have also done, I'm going to bring this over very carefully. This is some of the ephemera that comes with the kit, and they're little like terrariums, I guess you could say. And this morning what I did with this one is I cut it out and I attached it to a heavyweight. I believe it's 125 pound or 120 pound. I know it's higher than 85 because I can't get it through my printer. So it's a really heavyweight cardstock. I cut these little images out from the kit and I glued them to the heavyweight cardstock. And this one in particular, I put on some of my glossy accents to make it look shiny. And it's drying right now. I don't know if you can really see, it's wet. And I was going to do that on camera with you, and maybe I can do that tomorrow because I'm not working, and show you how I did that. But since I glued them side by side and this one is still drying, I didn't think that was a good idea to try that, because working with this, although I love it, is a little bit of a challenge for me. So if I decide to make the video, it might be a whole giggle through. But what I also did, let me put that back over there so I can continue drying. I usually give it about 24 hours to dry. But this is another one of the images that I cut out and I glued onto the heavyweight cardstock because I wanted it to be thick and I was going to make a tag out of it. You can see I punched a little hole there at the top. I might heat emboss this one. I'm going to see how the rest of my day goes. And I might heat emboss that, and I'll come back and show you how that one turned out. And this is my cover that I am currently working on. What I did was I printed page 1 of the kit, the Mycologist Notebook, and I printed it on 85-pound cardstock. Well, actually, this is 60-pound cardstock. And I attached it to I got cookies there. I attached it to a file folder. These were actually scraps left over. And I'm going to come back with you and we're going to decorate the back. And what I did on the front was I used some of the mushrooms that are in Tracy's kit. That's some of them there. And also some of my Tim Holtz Field Notes ephemera, because I've said it before and I'll say it again. Tracy's things also go so very well with the Timmy stuff. And so I've dumped it all into a little box. And we are probably going to come back and decorate the back. I want to do some stamping on here. And we'll probably decorate the inside too. This is some of Tracy's other paper that I've used as my binding. Because you can see, that's my front cover. And this is the back. And I thought it might be an interesting way to make the cover. I'm going to raise you up just a bit because I seem to be fighting to get everything into view. Okay. As I was saying, I thought it might be interesting to have the book so that the cover, the front cover, is shorter than the back, and decorate this to bring your attention to it. So that's that. And these are some of the pockets. I still have to score them and fold them. And what I thought we would do today, since a lot of what's in this kit seems to have like this ring-bound edge, I wanted to take advantage of that and kind of make a little fold with some of the tags, because a lot of the tags are the same size, and I thought it would be really cool if we just had a little fold out with a tag. If you wanted to, you could sew in the middle here and maybe add some paper. What I've done is I've made a little tab, and again, I used some of my Tim Holtz Field Notes ephemera, and I added that to decorate the tab, and I attached it to the front. So what I thought was that maybe we could do that together, and I'm just going to grab my punch because I forgot to do that before I started the video, and I'm going to look for a little scrap of, here we go. Here's a little scrap of file folder, and I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to make a little tab so that we can make a tab together too. And let me open my punch. I have a bit of an ill thumb. I was injured at work. I don't know if you can see the difference in size, probably not, but I got kicked, and although I didn't go and have it checked out, I really do have a bit of a sore thumb, so I'm kind of babying it. Whoops. There we go. Now we have our little tab that we can make together. So yeah, I figured I would come back and make a quick little video because my family is around today. And so since they tend not to be very quiet, my plans for making a longer video got kind of washed out. So while they're out, my husband and I are going to be, although it's very late, but that's the way this holiday season has been going for us. We're planning on decorating the outside of our house today. And one of the ideas that my daughter had seen, I don't know whether it was on TikTok or on Pinterest, we're going to try to put that to work using some of our plastic pumpkins and our a piece of PVC pipe and some lights and things. And so he had bought the PVC pipe, but it ended up to be too large rather, for the pumpkins once he had drilled some holes in them. Okay, so what I'm doing here right now is, as you saw, I punched out my little tab, my butterfly, my whale tail, not my butterfly, my whale tail tab with my Vasen Creative punch. And what I'm doing is I'm just inking around on the tab rather, to give it a little bit of an effect, which is sort of like what I did with this one. I did the same thing. And as you can see, I've inked the inside of my tag book using a very grungy stencil that I have from Tim Holtz. If you're interested, it's number THS009, and I think it's called Coffee Splatters or something like that. I thought it would be an ideal stencil for this notebook, since you know how notebooks sometimes get spilled on with your coffee or your tea and leave little rings of coffee splatters and things. And so what we're going to do, I've taken a piece of random background that I had left over from my Halloween mini journals and my flip-flop journals, and I took it and I cut it to 1 inch wide, and I scored it at a 1/2 inch, and that's what we're going to use as our flip for our little tag flip. And I've inked it, and I've taken my 2 tags and I've inked around the edges of those. And so what we're going to do is we are going to put our coffee splatter on the inside, and I'm going to use my little distress ink pad. It's a antique linen. I figured it was a quiet, calm color, so that this could still be used to journal on. And no matter what color ink you wrote in, you could still write over it. So the antique linen is a light color, and I thought it might work best. I'm having a hard time holding on to my stencil here. And I'm just going to go around and go over all of the little open areas. And the good thing about this stencil too is, even though it's got a lot of areas that the ink will go through, there's a lot of areas that the ink will not show through. So even if you wanted to do like a fancy design, or if you wanted to write in a circle around the stencil marks, you could do that. And there's still, like I said, a lot of white area here where you can write as well. And that's why I used this stencil. And now let's do this one. Let's try to get a different area of the stencil onto the tag so that it doesn't look exactly the same. Okay. All right, well, we'll still get our coffee ring and a bit of our big splat down on the bottom, but some of our dots will be a little bit different, and it'll add some interest. Oopsie, it slid away from me. All right, let's try and match this back up here. Okay. Oh, there we go. Okay. Whoops. All right, let me hold on to it a little bit better. It's kind of hard working around the tripod that holds my camera so that I can do my filming. I do have to look into another way to do this. I tried getting one of those arms that attaches to the desk, but I didn't like that it was a little bit shaky and that it didn't exactly hold my camera well, so I sent it back. I had gotten it from Amazon. But there we go. I inked that. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to switch up. No, actually, we still have to do this. Let's just do our little tab as well. I mean, not our tab. Our little joining piece. I don't know what else you would call it. Let's see if we can get kind of an interesting bit on here. Let's just ink that too. Okay, with our little stencil. Try not to let it slip. My stencil is filthy, and right now, because I was using it before I started the video to make the other tag, it's a little bit slippery because it has ink on it. Okay, there we go. Now we have that done as well. And let's put that one away. And let me just grab a baby wipe here, if I can get a hold of one, and try to get some of the ooky ink off my fingertips. Come on. Okay, let me just wipe my hands a little bit. Okay, and stick that back in the bag. All right, so there we go. Let's switch up our inks, and I want to ink around the inside edges of my tags as well. Ugh, my little foam is not coming off. There we go. Let me attach this to the bottom, and now my fingers are all inky again. Ay. So how has everyone been? Have you still been working on Halloween? A lot of people on YouTube are starting their Christmas things, and I have acquired quite a collection of Christmas stamps and ephemera and some backdrops and things. And I think because I also, for the first time, I purchased some of the Tim Holtz, I don't know, is it Ideology that makes those things? His Christmas trees. And so I'm going to use a little box that I got. It's a little 6-compartment box that I found at Target around Easter. And I'm going to use that, and I'm going to create a little bit of a Christmas scene for decoration for the house, which to me is going to be really weird because I'm used to making all of my little spooky Halloween scenes, like my library that I made for the Creep on June. That was the collab with Tracy Fox. And so, yeah, making Christmas is going to be a little weird, but I also, yes, I did it. I went out and I bought the new limited edition Tim Holtz Rock Candy Glitter bottle. I think it's 7.5 ounces of rock candy glitter. I do use it. That bottle is going to last me probably till the end of time because I don't use it that much. But I had to have it. All right, let's get back to our tag. As you can see, what I did was I glued this to the inside of this one to hold my tags together to make my little flip out. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure that, because when I did it the first time, this is the edge I want to accentuate with the little ring binders. I can't think of what they're called. It's like you buy those little composition notebooks at the store, and they have the little metal rings going around, and of course my glue's not working. So, you know, that you would hold a notebook together with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make that on the front, and so we're going to put our little, there we go, going to glue down our little edge here to the edge of our tag. And the back tag, because it's a pretty neutral tag, it doesn't matter which side you glue the little flipper to. See, it's pretty neutral. And that's the same thing that I did on this one. I picked a pretty neutral one so that it didn't matter if it was glued on this side or glued on that side. But this one definitely has to have its glue here. So let's just put that together like that. And then we'll glue, put a little bit of glue along the edge. Not too much because you don't want it to ooze out, but just enough so that it stays stuck. And then we're going to take our other tag, if I can get a hold of it. There we go. And we're going to match it up. Make sure all of our edges meet up. Our little corners and everything. I love it when a plan works out. And I love that all of these tags, there's a group of these tags that are all the same size. And so you can make the flips with them. Okay, is it even? Yeah, pretty even. And where's my bone folder? I had it out. Oh, here it is. Okay, and I'm just gonna press down so that I know that the glue is sticking to both sides of the tag. And there we go, there we have it, our little tag book. And now I'm going to pull this out because I'm going to attach my tab to the top. And I think I want the boring side to be on the front because I have an idea to do the same thing that I did on the first tag that I made. And I'm going to put a little mushroom on there. Tracy has a lot of cute mushrooms in the kit as well. I think there's 2 pages of them for a total of about 10 mushrooms. And so I cut those out and I have those put aside. I have another kit downloaded into my computer that's mushrooms. And I don't remember who made it. I may have to pull that one out too, so that I have an abundance of mushrooms. Or I might just stick with the general idea of using up my Tim Holtz ephemera, because I keep buying this kit because I love it so much. Ooh, we have another red mushroom. Maybe we'll put this one on here. Or does that look too samey? All right, let's put the mushroom on the back of the tab. Maybe we can find, let me pull this closer to me so I can see what we have. Oh, here's another. This one's different. But again, I think it's too samey. So I think we're just going to stick with putting something else on it. How about, oh, this will match. A little red postage label. We can put that on the front like that. Or, let me see what else we have. Oh, yep. I think we're going to stick with the red postage label. This one's a little bit closer in color to these. What do you think? Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll put a little postage label and maybe, how about, oh, I don't know. How about a little bug like that? I think that looks pretty cool. All right, let's do that. Let me ink up the edges of my stamp like so. Make sure we're putting it so it's facing in the right direction. Not that the post office would care if we really wanted to mail this. Yeah, so it's been a busy week for me. Tomorrow we have off because it's a teacher training day. So they have theirs first. We have a teacher's assistant and also a teacher training day in November. But the teachers have their day tomorrow. Oh, let me get hold of my little bug. I think maybe we'll put him facing like that. Let's see if we can ink him up a little. There's a lot of background on him. So I'm going to try and see if I can make it a little darker so that maybe it'll blend in. Sometimes I cut out and around the little excess areas that are in there that are unnecessary. But then I find that sometimes it makes it a little difficult to glue the bugs down. So since this little guy seems to have a lot of antennas and legs, I think I'm going to leave him be and just glue him around. Because after all, we know it's not a real bug, don't we? We know it's just paper. So let's see if I ink around him, the area, and make that a little darker. Then maybe we can make him blend in a little bit more so that it looks like he's on a really dark area on the tag. And we'll go a little bit in there. It's not going to hurt the tag or mar it in any way. It's just going to sort of highlight him a little bit. Yeah, that looks kind of cute. What do you think? Okay, let's put this aside. Let's ink it a little before we close it up so that I can ink up my mushroom. Now, let's see. I'm going to be very indecisive now because now I can't figure out whether I want that one. Nope, I think that one's too colorless for the inside. I think we're going to add this one to the inside here, like that. Give it a little bit of a pop because the inside is white. And let's ink around. Ink around the edges, like so. I just love the way that Tracy and Tim's ephemera and just their general ideas kind of match up together. I am very into the bugs and the mushrooms and the grungy side of things. Let's put that down. Let's try to get it, yep, right there. Should we add a bug Or maybe we can find a butterfly. How about a butterfly? No, I think we'll just leave the mushroom like so. Let me put this back so I don't lose it. And so there we have it, our little tag flip with our tab on top. Now what you could do, and maybe I will do that, I think I'm going to add this to this one. You could very easily punch a hole in your tab and hang another little tag from it. And I think I'm going to do that with this one. Let's see. Do we want to do that? Yeah, because then we can still see our mushroom. Let me grab my crocodile. Oh, my poor thumb. All right. Let's take the smaller hole, which is the centimeter. Oh, it just says centimeters. It doesn't say how big it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to punch a little hole right in the top of my tab, like so. Come down a little. It's going to clip part of my mushroom. Oh, actually, it didn't really. And I'm going to grab just a little bulb pin. Let's see if I come up with a grungy one. Oh, well, I came up with a pewter one. Now where'd I put my little tag? Here it is. This was out of Tracy's Spooky Hollow freebie on her KoFi. And I just thought that it might work well because it's mushrooms. It's not too Halloween-y. It's mushrooms and it's grungy. And I thought it might work well with this kit. So instead of using it for Halloween, I cut it out. And I thought I would use it with the Mycologist Notebook. I hope you can see what I'm doing. There we go. So there you have it, a little tag on your tab, on your tag pocket. And I gotta play with this to get it to sit right. Let's turn it. There we go. There you go. So now you have a little tag on your tag with the little pin, and you could, of course, tie something onto it. Let me see. Let me grab a hold of this. Let's cover my glue. Let me grab my scissor. And you could cut a piece long enough. I have fumble fingers, and so you may think I'm cutting off way too much of this, but I'm actually not. You could put a little piece of, I don't know what this is called, burlap string. I can't think of what it's called, but you could attach a little piece of that to your bulb pin to give it a little bit of grunge. And I just loop it through and pull it up. Okay. And so then you have this. And there you go. You have a little tag that you can leave attached. What I normally do, because I find that sometimes those little slip knots don't stay, is I will take and tie a knot on top of my slip knot. I'll make a regular little knot there so that it kind of keeps your strings from coming apart. And so you end up with that. And so yeah, that's kind of cool. And no matter which way your little bulb pin falls, you'll still have this hanging on your tag. So there you go. See? It'll fall down, and then you have this little decorative element, and you can make it a little bit shorter, which I might actually do. Like that. And there you have it. So there you go. Our little tag flip with our little tag on it. And this is the one we made. And you can tuck this into the pockets. I'm going to pull one of the pockets that I've actually prepared. This one looks like a little envelope, but when you put it in your journal, you can tuck your little tag inside, like so. And there you go. You have an extra space to journal in. So I hope you liked this video. I've been kind of out of practice. I was sick and I did a really quick video last weekend making my little cubes, and I wasn't even able to really pop it onto social media. So like I said, if you want to learn how to make like a little Christmas block or a Halloween block, I called them cubes, how to make a cube. It was my own design using images from Fable Crafts Arts, and also using the mushroom photos. Let me see if I can grab a hold of that for you. The Mycologist kit comes with a number of photos of mushrooms, and so I used some of those, and I made a Halloween cube, Halloween block out of those. And I used some of my leftovers from my Halloween mini journals that I was making. And these are some of Tracy's mushrooms. I just wanted to show you. But yeah, I made my little Halloween blocks, and you can, like I said in the video, you can make them for Christmas and make Christmas blocks. And the way that they're constructed, you're able to drop a bell in so that it jingles. And if you wanted to make it also as a baby gift, you could do that too. So I hope you liked what we did with our tags from the Mycologist journal. See how cute that is? It flips and flops back and forth. And I will be back tomorrow, hopefully, and we will decorate my journal cover a bit more. Here's one of the other pockets it's stuck. We'll decorate my journal cover a bit more. I want to work on the inside too, so I don't know if we'll work together on the outside or if we'll work together on the inside, but we will be working on this. All right, everybody, have a great rest of your day or night wherever you are. Remember, thumbs up, like, subscribe, and please comment. I really like to answer people back, okay? I will talk to you soon, and I will link this kit in the description box below the video, along with my Etsy and my Instagram. And go over and check out the video that I did this morning. It's called Haunted Hollow. And there's also a for lack of a better term, they call them shorts. You upload a short to your YouTube. So I have a little short on my YouTube channel. I actually have 3, and they're all pertaining to Halloween, haunted Halloween houses that I've made. So I hope you'll enjoy that. I'm going to go and hang up some pumpkins and put out some skeletons and do some fun, funky stuff on the outside of my house. And maybe I'll post them. I also learned that I can create a post just onto YouTube. So maybe I'll take some pictures, and if I can figure out how to do that, I'll post them to my YouTube as well. Okay? Thumbs up, like, subscribe, comment, and I will talk to you soon. Okay? Bye-bye for now.